Fair enough.
All right, it looks like we are going to be heading into Game 2. We got the thumbs up from the refs. Everybody's lineup has been checked and blessed. Zath, let's push this button and get on with the game.
Sounds good.
Off the North African coast, an arid expanse of the Mediterranean Sea plays host to opposing forces as they battle it out for control of the seas. Amongst these sun-blasted islands, where enemy fire isn't the only bad way to die, only one team will triumph. This is Tears of the Desert. Tears of the Desert is a 42 by 42 kilometer domination-style map with 3 cap points running in a line from northwest to southeast. The A cap is in the top left, B is in the center, and C is in the bottom right. Capture Area A has enough island cover nearby for teams to sneak in a radar cruiser and cover the capture zone, though it's common to see ships attempting to flank the cap by sailing into the northwestern corner of the map. In the center, Cap B has superb island cover near the center that allows destroyers to contest the area from behind shelter. Landing shells on ships in this position is challenging until teams are able to push forces into the corners of the map. Cap C is similar to Cap A. There is cover nearby for cruisers who want to defend, but very little cover within the cap itself. The picket line of islands that separate B and C make pushing in force from one cap to the other very challenging. 18 ships, 2 teams, 1 victor. It's time to play Tears of the Desert.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Game 2 of Buenos Noches versus Armada del Sur. Buenos Noches starting off with Kaiser Kraken and the Thunder. Now that's an interesting pick because normally Kaiser Kraken is a cruiser player. John the Impaler, as usual, in a battleship, this time in Ohio. And then we've got like this special task force that's just kind of heading north to A. We've got a Nevsky, a second Nevsky, a Salem, and Tina Metal in the Summers again. What's interesting is we've got Jaime Mendoza and in the Daring and John the Pickle in the Minotaur going into the middle as Pickle's radar goes off. That sounded funny. Oh, and we also have Volusian Seba in the Moskva ready to go.
No, it makes total sense. Everybody's out. It's literally Kill the Smallland here. Is like 6 different ships are dropping shells there at Darko's Smallland as he has to back off the B cap. Buenos Noches taking the aggressive position there, shoving a Minotaur into B and basically daring SUR to do something about it. Now, one of the interesting things about Buenos Noches' deployment, Zath, they've essentially surrendered the sea cap completely. They have no notable forces going to sea at all. They've got a Moskva, that's Volusian, and Kaiser Kraken's Thunder are about the only things down there to even give pause to ships that want to move from that direction. And Volusian is already down about a third of his HP there, taking some salvos, early salvos from the Kremlin.
Yeah, he just got whacked. But it makes sense that if you think about it, you want to focus on A and B, and then win the middle, and then you can isolate the enemy in C. I'm sure that's what their thinking is.
Well, that's what that line of islands does allow them to do if they play it that way. SUR bringing an Ohio and a Thunderer, Salem, a Minotaur. I'm sorry, I'm looking at the wrong half of the map. Let's try again. SUR bringing a Thunderer, a Kremlin, a Salem, a Yoshino, a Moskva, a Nevsky, double Summers, and a Smallland into the match. They've gone for a wide variety and a very interesting selection of cruisers.
Yeah. Almost like they're, I don't know. It feels like they're not quite sure what their plan is going to be. They want more utility, so they pick a whole bunch of stuff.
Well, they've doubled up on the 12-kilometer radar, and they've brought not only both of those Nevskys up north, they've backed it up with Drazen Salem, that little, as you like to say it, that little T-Rex radar. That there's no way that radar will cover the entirety of the A-cap from that Salem's position, but it does allow them to have a linchpin there to kind of hinge that flank around with his AP, his HE, and his quick keel.
Yep. Now Zapata needs to start running in those shoes to dodge these torps, and he should be okay. Yeah.
I don't know if you've noticed, Zath, but the entire well, a lot of the Buenos Noches guys are using what like this NVIDIA camo. Have you noticed this? The green and the black stripes? That looks really sexy.
Yep. That's exactly correct. That is the NVIDIA camo.
Hav comes around the corner and catches time to metal. I don't think TTM had a really good idea that Hav was there. So even the little T-Rex radar here capable of doing good things when it wants to. TTM well within its radius at the moment.
And it's important to note, I believe, yep, he already used a smoke, so he doesn't have that escape capability.
Hav is turning into these Summers torpedoes. He might take one. No, he's found a way through. Well done. Lots of early action up here at A as both teams have sent a decent amount of force here. Now, I find it interesting that they've taken Nightfall's Kremlin and kind of rotated him back towards the middle. He's got brilliant broadside shots on Kaiser Kraken's Thunder. Just like that. Takes a good chunk of 10K out of Kaiser. Kaiser now knows he's there as Darko's Smallland is now contesting B, so at the moment, SUR are the only people taking up cap points. Hav is paying dearly for the position that he's chosen up here at the top of the board. With his radar down, he can no longer counterspot TTM, and there he goes. Double Nevsky takes him out.
Beautiful shot from John the Impaler in the Ohio. Finishing the deal.
Now, we talked about Buenos Noches kind of surrendering the C flank. They've rotated Jaime's Daring down there. He's about halfway through capping C, while they've left John and B to just hold the door.
Oh boy. Beautiful hit though on Jaime from looked like the Mosque, maybe Thunder.
Jaime hasn't taken much damage.
No.
Looks like somebody put a radar up. They've got radar now on Amber Fans' Summers, who's incredibly isolated down here, all by himself. They pull Jaime out of the cap. They want to make sure that they get. They want to make sure that they get these shots in on Amber while they can, as Jaime does smoke up.
Yeah, Immers is not detected anymore. Jaime's mainly there just to slow down the enemy advance. If he can slow it down enough, that gives the rest of his team enough time to cap A, B, and then wheel around to the back flank.
Does indeed. Buenos Noches shoving John the Impaler's Ohio directly into the B cap now, as the Smallland just spams him for free, basically, from a Great Island position over there on about the 7 line.
Yep. 120mm guns won't do that much damage. They will start fires, though.
Yep. All of it adds up eventually. TTM laying more smoke up at A, back into the cap, leaving cover for his Nevskys. Zapata once again.
I would think that Impaler would want to move a little bit farther forward, not only to get secondary hits on Whip's Nightfall in the Kremlin, but also to get a shot on Al Chapu's Nevsky.
I don't know. Like, at the moment, they don't really need it, Zath. I mean, at the moment, they're up a few points, ticking up slowly on the B cap. They're about to bag A. They're in the middle of bagging C. In a moment, they're going to own all the caps, and it's really going to be on SUR to make a play, and SUR's already down a ship.
Right. But Zapata is pretty low, and I have a feeling that radar is coming from the Chapu.
Boy, we're just all over it with the Game of Thrones references this game, aren't we?
Yes. Just wondering if you catch that.
Jaime does bag C, but he's spotted now by the Darko's Smallland as he runs south, pinned in between him and Amers. That's the Summers off to his port side.
And that's not really good because, of course, Smallland has that radar, but it also has the speed. Jaime does not have engine boost in the Daring.
No, he doesn't. Jaime does finally manage to smoke and go dark, but they're going to continue. I'm sure they're going to keep pumping shells in there. There's absolutely no reason not to. Jaime's giving pretty good back, too. Darko's down under 4K, 1,700. More shells still coming in.
Yep.
It was an aggressive play,
answering.
But they do get him.
Beautiful.
They do manage to bag Darko.
The enemy is about to win.
SUR now down 2 ships and pushed off all the caps. They are contesting A. Well, they were.
Zapata might take it. Nope, he's fine. No, he might still take a torp. Yeah, Zapata's probably going out right here. Bye-bye.
He does indeed. Archangel finally catches him. Zapata's luck dodging torpedoes eventually runs out. In fact, he's going to put one into Jay's, I think, maybe? No, he's accelerating? Yeah, he's gotten out of there.
Yep, he's fine.
The enemy is about to win.
AM are going to bag C now for SUR. That's going to slow the bleeding here. SUR almost a little over 200 points down as we approach the halfway mark of the match.
Yep. Jaime is doing a nice job of staying just outside of radar range there, the Moskva. He's leaving a slight buffer because, of course, he doesn't want to get stuck.
Jaime once again patrolling the edge of the sea cap. Just kind of looking around. Not really sure where AMR is at this point. There's no need for them to risk Jaime's ship at this point, and I think he realizes that now that they've got it. I mean, they've got a lead, and they're continuing to tick up an even larger lead. So they're just kind of Jaime's just kind of doing his thing. There's no need for him to get out there and risk getting spotted and getting slapped off the board, especially since the position that they have at C is, at A is perhaps a little tenuous, right? The Salem is kind of low, although he's just now getting one of his fancy heals off, and time to metal's only on about a quarter health.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they've paid pretty dearly for the early win at A.
They have indeed.
But the nice thing, though, is that John the Pickle can just sit there and just hold down left mouse button, and eventually, you know, he's going to needle the Thunderer down.
Oh, Jason's been picking a fight with the Kremlin. This might come back to bite him. Doesn't really. Takes a little bit of damage.
Kaiser Kraken just took a torpedo from the Summers, from Emerfen. Forced a DCP.
AMR fan. Or is it Fran? It's Fran, isn't it?
Fran.
It's Fran.
Yep.
Oh, well. I'll just keep calling him AMR. That way we all know who he is.
Let's call him E.
Exactly. SUR does go back and pick up a cap advantage, and they now have a narrow point lead in the sense of they will eventually catch and overtake if nothing else changes.
That definitely puts the pressure on Buenos Noches to say, we need a kill.
Well, it does in the sense of, I mean, if the game progresses, you know, it'll take almost a full 6 minutes for SUR to win. And I find it unlikely that one team or the other won't lose a ship in that time. There's simply too much damage been done already.
Absolutely.
With that, go ahead.
What I'm saying is, though, if you look at the mod right now, SUR is going to win. So BN has to do something to either get a kill or stop the bleed, get on a cap someplace.
Correct. As soon as BN gets a kill, assuming that they can pick one up somewhere, that pretty much like all that notion of kind of ends. Now, SUR does have one ship under tremendous threat right now. That's Pardote's Moskva, burning back on the back end of the sea cap. Looks like he's going out. He's at 900 HP and still going down.
Yeah, he just got the DCP off, and there goes E.
The Thunder
Jaime is coming under.
Go ahead.
Heavy damage.
Yep.
Heavy fire.
They bag AMR. Jaime's under 2K and falling. Pardote's on 567 hit points. A single shell of almost any type will take him off the board, and I don't think. Nope.
They could not see him.
They can't see him. Buenos Noches has no vision on him back there. They need Jaime to get out of this smoke. They need Jaime to live more than what they need in anything, but Jaime's continuing to burn here. Finally gets it out on 730 hit points. But that kill of AMR does mean that Buenos Noches will now tick up to victory inside of the game timer as they cross over 860 points. But SUR has, again, the Moskva is on 500 HP as soon as he's spotted. I mean,
well, Archangel is low, Chapu is low, Tina Metal is low, Hazeroth is low. Like, you're right.
Yeah,
Jason's a lot of low health ships.
Jason's back here is going out. There he goes. SUR answering with a kill of their own. But Chapu, like you mentioned, also very low, under 4K as he heads towards he's already on the A line and headed towards the map border. Ohio shells look like they're seeking him out. Yep.
Oh yeah. Just have to wait for it.
Nope, nothing doing. They do finally bag
Pardote
Pardote.
goes down.
Yep, as soon as he gets spotted, that was all it took. Buenos Noches goes back up to a 2-ship lead, but now the B cap is contested, and Buenos Noches is not gaining points at all. However, interestingly, Aguero's Thunderer here on the C cap is now the last surviving SUR ship on that end of the board. Once they take him out, Buenos Noches will be free, essentially, to just move in and cap C at their leisure.
And he's going out. It's just a question of time.
It's simply a question of when.
Kraken coming in. Yep.
This ought to be it right here. There he goes.
Good use of AP shells from Jaime Mendoza's Daring right there.
They are allowing SUR to close the gap. I just realized how low Archangel was too. As soon as he gets spotted, he's in trouble.
Oh yeah.
With the entire southern end of the board clear, the Buenos Noches forces on that begin to reposition. We see Kaiser Kraken taking a shot at Nightfall's Kremlin. The Moskva pushing up,
Tommy
looking for shots.
What's ironic is Buenos Noches' original plan and deployment seemed to set it up to go push A heavily, and C is just kind of run away and kite away. Now C is their main push.
They're fishing for Archangel now. Salem shells seeking him out, hunting him. They can't actually see him, so they're just guessing.
Mm-hmm. Well outside radar range.
Indeed. Drazen Salem has done a really good job of holding that pivot position to prevent this push that's finally starting to materialize a little bit, but it's kind of coming late.
Yep, John the Impaler is rotating around to help out as well. Here comes some shells from him to Chapu.
Ohio's guns have been looking that way for a while. Let's see if he manages to land those shells. Oh, no. Yeah, there they are. Okay. He lands at least...
got a couple.
Yeah, a couple of overpens, maybe.
The enemy is about to win.
They push Nightfall off the B cap. That allows Buenos Noches to go on ticking up the B cap. They're just now getting Jaime into C. As Buenos Noches now under 2 minutes on the timer to win this game, barring something else. They might yet kill Chapu.
Oh yeah, here it comes.
Chapu fighting for his life. 1400 HP, but Drazen's about to turn into a Summers torpedo. He's going out. As soon as he takes this one, he'll probably be dead. There he goes.
Yep.
That's points that SUR badly needs, especially because right now they're the only ones ticking up a cap.
Absolutely.
Less than 50 points. They're closing the gap, but in a moment, the C cap will belong to Buenos Noches, and they will start ticking up as well. 40 points separate these two teams.
Watch Archangel. He just made critical contact with
Yes,
Time
he
to Metal.
did. Time to Metal here spotted. Archangel
That
going
was a
out.
misplay.
It was indeed. Well, at this point, they can afford it. Now they just got to see if TTM can survive on 1100 HP. Looks like he looks like he's going to succeed in getting away. They have no eyes on him anymore.
Yep.
Nightfall back into the B cap. SUR desperately needing a kill to extend the timer and stay in this game.
Yeah, that's what I was saying about that being a misplay. There was no need to have him go and face spot the other destroyer, especially if Chapu wasn't ready to support. I mean, Chapu was pretty far back.
Looks like Nightfall's going out. I agree. Yeah, I agree with you.
Yep.
I hear what you're saying.
Yep.
Once Nightfall goes out, that will be the game. Putting in one more salvo. Here come the Ohio shells. He gets a great salvo into John the Impaler, but it's not enough. As Buenos Noches sweeps the match with a 2-0 win here in the group stage, second day of group stage.
And I got my second death pick of the day.
Well, you know, you just collect those like nobody's business, so I'm confident they'll go to good use.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.